I've met so many amazing directors and filmmakers, and I realized that it takes a lot to do a short film or a feature film. It takes long hours, lots of money, a lot of investments. It's just a lot of work, and it takes years. And I wanted to do a platform or an event where it showcases filmmakers' work and what they do, because they also need to be seen. They also need to be heard. And these films are amazing, all right? And it sucks that not a lot of people get to see them. So creating a film festival that we're able to showcase their feature films and short films, including also the 49-hour film challenge, was such an amazing idea.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Film Goals podcast. Today I'm with the one and only Nicole Lupercio.
Hey, everyone.
So Nicole, is interesting how you got started in the filmmaking business or industry, I guess, in the community here. So you were the producer for the 49-hour, one of the producers for the 49-hour film festival.
Yes.
And it's kind of funny how you got involved. Do you want to tell a story?
Okay. Well, first, let me start from the beginning.
Oh, there you go.
All right. So in high school, I actually wanted to be a director. Okay. So I took multiple video production classes. And it was so difficult for me to find like a group of people to work with or network with. I didn't even know there's such a huge film community out here. And I kind of gave up on that dream, right? And then a couple years later...
Wait, first, why did you give up?
Oh, because I didn't know anyone or I wasn't networking enough with people. But
Did you try going to school for it, or what was your like approach to like getting to be a director?
Well, I try making friends, but for some reason it was very hard for me. And also I kind of lacked experience as well. And also I was in high school. Yeah. So
that's where it starts, though, for some people. It took me like way after high school. But
really? Yeah. And I was like, it'd be so cool if I could be a director, right? But a lot of things happen in my life. Things get in the way. And you kind of forget certain goals or certain dreams that you want. And life starts to get difficult. By the time I graduated, life was very difficult for me. And I was going through a lot around that time. So I was very isolated for a long period of my life. So, yeah, I guess I lacked experience. And I didn't know how to network with people, or I didn't know how to find other people. And yeah, so. Did
you ever try to like look into like colleges for filmmaking, or like even like writing your own stuff or anything like that?
No, not really.
You're just kind of like, it's not gonna happen, and you just kind of moved on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, how did you get back into it? How did it because now you're part of the film community.
I know. Right? I was like, I had this dream like a long time ago, and then now I'm part of, the film community, and I've met so many directors, and also I've been learning so much from them as well. And all of these filmmakers, cinematographers, like, they're super cool people, and I learned so much, and they inspired me a lot. But one day I was actually going to a job interview, right? And after that job interview, I called an Uber, and it turns out Jose was my Uber. And I was going through a tough time around that time. So I remember I sat in the front seat, and then we started talking for a little bit, and I was like very depressed, okay? And he was like, "What's wrong?" And I just started pouring out crying. I was like, my life is so terrible. Like, and he was like, "Oh my God, like, I'm so sorry, like, what you're going through. Like, I'm here for you." He was so supportive.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he's like, "Hey, like, do you want to go watch a movie?" And I was like, "Okay." And it wasn't the same day, though. It was like a couple days afterwards. And I was like, okay. And then we went to go see Frozen 2. And that movie, like, really made me feel better and inspired me a lot because,
Okay.
you know, Elsa is discovering her true self. So
I never seen either of them.
Well, you have to.
Okay, now I have to, right?
And yeah, and then afterwards we just became really good friends. And yeah, he will always make these like film references, and you know, I didn't understand it. You know, film talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every filmmaker, they talk about movies and references and different quotes or like music or different angle shots. And I didn't understand the language that well.
Yeah.
And yeah, and from there, we just build our relationship, our friendship. And he started to invite me to these film events, also, you know, film parties. And he's like, yeah, come along, you know, join me. And, you know, make new friends, make connections. You know, who knows who you might meet or what you might create. And so Jose, like, he really helped me a lot. So I owe him a lot. And one day he was like, hey, I want to do this project, and I want you to be part of it. And I think you'll do really great at it. He knew that I care about people. And I also care about bringing people together and creating more unity. Because, you know, to succeed to a common goal or vision, you can't do it by yourself. You always have to do it with people. It's the people that you know. It takes a group of people to bring a vision to life. It takes a group of people to bring a film, to create a film.
Yeah.
And that is one thing that really inspired me about film, because it takes a group of people to create a masterpiece. And I got really inspired by it. And I was like, you know what? Let's do this.
Yeah.
And ever
So
since
were
then,
you involved in the first 49-hour festival or the second one?
the second one.
Okay, so you weren't there for the first one yet.
The first one, not yet, because I was still new to it. I was not confident. I was like, hey, I don't know this type of stuff. But, you know, I watch and I'll like observe and see how you guys do. And I was like, wow, this stuff is kind of easy. You know, so this year I was more involved, and, you know, I made a couple mistakes. It was my first time running it. And you don't know what to expect, right? And so I did the best I can. Me and my team did the best we can with what we had. So, yeah, and we're always looking to improve and to grow as a team, because overall the festival is for you guys. It's not for us. Yeah, we get the pleasure of creating it and bringing you guys together, and also growing the film community. But the truth is you guys are the ones that bring the festival together. Without the people, there is no festival. So we always try to put a huge emphasis on the local filmmakers here in Vegas, and trying our best to showcase and promote them with our platforms or with whatever we have going on.
So talk about like kind of your role in the whole group, and like what was the process like, and what did you learn, and what did you think you want to change for next year, and on and on.
So basically, I'm more of the event organizer. I'm the one doing the sponsorships, bringing people together, also creating posts, doing collaborations, and also networking. And so with that, it was pretty cool. You know, I had a little bit of complications here and there, but it was my first time. And for me, the main things that I did was maintaining or trying to get mixers. So mixers is basically I go and I collaborate with other people or people that have like an area or a bar or an environment where we can have these mixers in. Mm-hmm. So that way people have the opportunity to network and create their teams for the 49-hour film challenge. Mm-hmm. And so, I played a huge part in that, and also sponsorships as well, because in my head, right, in film, basically it has to do with everything that has to deal with human nature, right? Mm-hmm. And when you think about human nature, what do you think about? You think about different unique styles like fashion, different types of creativity like music and art. In film, mm-hmm. all of that exists. The characters' fashion represents their personality. The music represents the mood of the film. There's art. There's different types of colors that they use to represent certain emotions in the film. Mm-hmm. And for me, I'm like, it would be a great idea to actually have sponsors, different types of sponsors, not just sponsors that are more related to film, but also sponsors that are related to music or fashion as well. So I decided to collaborate more with the music industry, and I connected with a really awesome DJ. And I was like, hey, wouldn't it be so cool to have a mixer at one of their events, like Tuesday Blend? Mm-hmm. Right? And
then I'm mad I missed that because I saw like the lives and all that, and it looked so like fun. It looked lit.
Yeah, I was like, most of our mixers are a lot more like talking and networking. I was like, I want to have a mixer where it's like a little bit more upbeat,
it's where we party.
Where we could dance and have fun. So I was like, you know what, that'd be cool if we have a mixer at Tuesday Blend. And they're like, yeah, come along. And a lot of filmmakers did come, and they did network with like local artists there as well. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was pretty cool. And who knows, like a director might meet a musician and he really likes his music. I'm like, hey, I want your music in my film. Mm-hmm. Or they might have met like a fashion designer, like, hey, I like the way you dress. I'm developing a character that has a similar taste to your fashion. How about we bring in your ideas into the film as well? So that's the way I think.
Did you hear about anything like that happening?
Oh, yeah.
Like people collabing after that?
Yeah, that's absolutely. That's awesome. And I was super happy because, like, yes, there's a huge film community here, but there's also a large fashion community here and a large music industry here. Yeah. And it's like Hollywood is being created here some way, shape, or form. Like, I see it happening already. Yeah. And I was like, we got to take action, guys.
So like, so you were reaching out to these like places, and like, how would you reach out to them, and kind of talk about that process a bit?
Oh, okay.
You're
it's
like
actually
nervous
really easy
to reach them out, or?
Oh no, not at all. Yeah. I'm really good with people.
Okay.
I love people, so I'm like, hey. Usually, if I wanted to network with like a musician or a DJ. If they're hosting an event, I'll go to their event and talk to them. Mm-hmm. Same with Sin City Fashion Week. They were the presenters of the awards for our 49-hour film festival. And it's a whole fashion community that they have. And one of my friends, she invited me, and I went, and then I saw their dreams. They explained what they wanted to do and how they wanted to be more connected with more people. And I was like, oh my God, it would be a great idea for them to present the awards. So I was like, oh my God. And and then I made them one of our sponsors, and it was pretty cool. And then they networked with filmmakers, and like, hey, like, I really like the way you dress. Like, do you act or anything? They're like, yeah. And some fashion, some models, right? Mm-hmm. They're into acting as well. Yeah. So I was like, okay.
That's dope. I mean, I like that you're bringing like a bunch of different kind of assets of the community together. So that's dope.
So the reason why we did the 49-hour film festival to begin with, so it was to put a huge spotlight on local filmmakers, but also, see, I've met so many amazing directors and filmmakers, and I realized that it takes a lot to do a film, a short film or a feature film. It takes long hours, lots of money, a lot of investments. It's just a lot of work, and it takes years to even do a feature film.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my God. And some of these films don't even make it to Hollywood. All right. And I was like, what about the films that don't make it to Hollywood? These people work so hard to create these films just to not make it. And I wanted to do a platform or an event where it showcases filmmakers' work and what they do. And in a sense, I also want to put a huge spotlight on them because they also need to be seen. They also need to be heard. And these films are amazing, all right? And it sucks that not a lot of people get to see them. So creating a film festival that we're able to showcase their feature films and short films, including also the 49-hour film challenge, was such an amazing idea. And Jose, he created that idea, and we went with it. We're like, yes, let's do this. At first, we're kind of feel like, oh my God, 2 days?
Yeah.
A 2-day film festival? But then I look at Sundance, it's
like 2 weeks.
2-week festival. So I'm like, come on.
Yeah, 2 days ain't shit.
2 days ain't nothing.
And it was just like afternoon. It was like from like 5 p.m. or something?
Yeah, 5.
5 to like 11 or midnight or something. Yeah, well, thank you for having my film on your festival. That was where I screened for the first time my film, 14 Days. So
yeah,
I want to thank you guys. I mean, I thanked Jose a lot.
yeah, like again, like you guys did so. Your films were so amazing, and I was like, I've never seen them. I've never heard of them, and I was like, what's going on? Why aren't people seeing these films? And then also too, like a lot of directors, they have their own Instagram page, and obviously they have their own YouTube channel or a link to their film and stuff. It's like we don't have like enough time to go to every director's page and see what they do. It's like I was thinking like perhaps we could have a platform where everyone's films could be seen in that one platform. And it's also easy. They can have easy access to their short films, but also to network with other directors as well. Because I know so many now. So if I ever meet an actor or actress or, cinematographers, they're like, hey, like, I got the connection. I'm like, hey, like, I hope you out. I know this guy.
Yeah. So speaking about that, you're kind of like the event planner for filmmaking. Do you want to get into other facets of filmmaking, or do you just like doing that behind the scenes stuff?
There's a part of me that wants to get into acting, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
And I still get a little stage fright.
Yeah. And you did modeling for Sin City Fashion Week?
Yes.
And how was that? Was that your first time modeling? And
yes, it was my first time modeling, and I did a great job.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
What did you do? Was it like a runway thing, or did you?
No, we just started modeling like outside in nature.
Photo shoots or?
Yeah, just photo shoots. Okay. Yeah.
That's cool.
Runway, I'm not sure. I might,
How tall are you?
It trip. Yeah, I'm 5'3".
Okay.
Okay, I cannot be using those long heels. Majority of models, they're really tall and stuff. Or they try to betray, being tall.
Yeah.
That's why they wear these long, big, high heels on. I'll trip and fall.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did. It was pretty cool. Yeah. This is my first time ever doing it. And, I have to thank Allie. She's
Allie, the grand finale.
Yes, that's my girl right there. She's a super cool woman, and she was one of our sponsors for the 49, and she helped us out so much. She's such a great interviewer. Like, wow, that woman's amazing. She's multifaceted. She could do many different things. I really love her.
Yeah, doing those live interviews is hard, so props to her for sure. So now you've done the festival and you've like kind of got your hand in the film community. Do you want to get on the director seat at some point? Because that was your original dream.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely something I have in mind. Maybe not this year, maybe next year, because this year there's a lot of collaborations that are going on that I need to focus on. But perhaps, yeah, I'm thinking about doing a short film.
Cool.
So
I'm glad.
Yeah, stay tuned.
What kind of genres do you like? What would be something that you would direct?
I like very dramatic films.
Like heavy drama?
No, like depression, or like.
Well, yeah, that's a heavy drama. Yeah.
Oh yeah, or like I'm a very spiritual person, so something that involves like spiritual awakening, healing, because healing is tough. It's really tough. But in the most darkest times is where you find hope, because how are you able to find hope when everything is constantly going good in your life, right? Sometimes you need to come into a dark place, and you have to give that hope to yourself to get through that darkness. So in a sense, I'm more into stuff like that.
Okay. So
Transformation.
I like that. So that would be your first short film, you think, or something similar?
Something similar to that, yeah.
Okay, that's dope. Yeah. So what you got going on next for 2024, and anything you can tell us that you're working on?
Well, we are currently collaborating with First Friday Movie. It's directed by Josh. And we're collaborating with him. He is going to do a film festival dedicated to his feature film that he is currently editing.
Okay.
And it's going to showcase his trailer. And 49 is sponsoring that festival.
So how's the festival gonna work? Like, are people gonna submit films, or how is it gonna be?
I don't want to mention that yet.
Okay.
Because it's a surprise.
Top secret alert. Okay.
Yeah, but we'll mention it soon.
And how did that collaboration come together?
Well, Josh, he actually reached out to me and he was like, "Hey, I love what you do. Like, your work is amazing." I was like, "Oh my God, thank you." And we went on a Zoom meeting, and we were talking about different ideas and how we could work together and collaborate. And I'm all in for it because my whole purpose is to showcase local filmmakers. That's my purpose, is to put the spotlight on them because they deserve it. They work so hard for it. And I care. Okay, I care. And I like bringing people together. So.
Dope. Do you have like a timeline for when the festival would be?
Like around June.
Okay.
Like around June or May.
Cool.
And I'm really excited
So
about
is this
it.
like your work for the next like 6 months? This festival, or you got anything else going on?
For now, we have that going on. I mean, there's other projects that are going on, but not a lot of information yet.
Okay.
But this
Pre-production.
It's behind the scenes stuff.
Okay.
Pre-production stuff, yeah.
And are you guys going to do another 49 or another festival? I remember when Jose was here, he said that he was thinking about changing the name from 49. But are you guys planning to do the festival again, or?
Yes, we are planning on doing the festival again this year.
Sweet.
And this time we're adding new people.
Okay.
To work with us.
New people in the group? In the 49 group, or like sponsors, or what?
No, like more people in the group.
Okay.
It's also awesome to give people opportunities to host a film festival with us. And I think it'll be cool to have like new people every year.
Sweet. So
they could experience, and also it's good to network and put yourself out there. I just like creating a fun experience for people. I just want to make people happy, and I also want to make the local film community happy, and that's why I'm always looking to improve and work harder and grow as a person. to make the festival better. Like, I listen to you guys. If there's any problems, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fix that. It's gonna be different next year. That's how I do things. So yeah.
Dope. I'm glad. All right. So that's Nicole. Oh, and one fun fact about Nicole, she's half Guatemalan, which she's the second person on the podcast to be half Guatemalan that I've met through here. So
yeah, Guatemalans rule. Yeah.
So I'm happy I know another one. All right. So that's Nicole. I'm gonna put her info in the description. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.